Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever this message finds you. I have actually been thinking about this for a long time, and I got the download, and to be honest, I wasn't really sure how I wanted to go about doing this in a different format, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it because that's what Spirit tells me to do, and well, there's something about trusting your intuition that's coming heavily. I felt like this energy shift after the full moon. And so, I was leaning really heavily on tarot cards. So just a heads up, this will be a channeled message. I may pull cards behind the scenes if I need any confirmation for the messages that I have received, but this will be a different type of message. I mean, I am an intuitive reader, so even when I'm reading tarot, I'm intuitively picking up on messages, even if they aren't traditionally aligned with the cards themselves. But I feel like since after this full moon, and this kind of ties into my channeled message that I received, right? After this full moon energy, there's been the eclipse season, right? All of this may resonate with you. Some of this or all of this may resonate with you. And I share personal stories as a part of the channeled messages because, we're all on different timelines, and some of these timelines will coincide, and some of these timelines may resonate in the future, or something that is a confirmation that has already happened for you. Now, I say all this to say, Spirit asked me to really take a moment of introspect, right? My guides asked me to take a moment of introspect. And, while I resonate with God as my higher power will say, right here, I believe in everyone will resonate differently with their higher powers, right? Any higher vibrational energy that resonates with you. For the purpose of these readings, I will oftentimes say spirit, universe, God. I will switch it up, but really it's such a personal experience for every individual. So I'm going to leave it pretty open-ended for your own interpretation. And, I connect with angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ancient ones. All of these energies kind of come through at different times and for me. And so I've really been called into like some pretty deep introspective energy. And so it's brought me to this, right? Like I've been doing tarot, and tarot I see like has definitely served a purpose for me on my journey, and it still does. But I think what my guides were trying to get across to me, right? And I think this is actually a message that may resonate with some of you out there, is that, after the eclipse season, there was like a lot of, it was a huge upheaval, right? It was a huge upheaval energy. So a lot of lessons came to the surface and still are kind of unpacking, right? It kind of has this like lingering effect of, what's the word, like decompressing after that energy. But see, after this last full moon, which I believe is full moon in Gemini, and I am not an astrologer, I will very vaguely touch on certain astrological things that are happening, and please always correct me if I'm wrong. I am a student for life, so if you know in the comment section, please always feel free to, educate me if there's some sort of planetary thing happening, or the collective in general, right? We're all here to learn. So all that being said, right, this is even just part of the message as well, right? So after this full moon, I felt a certain sense of clarity that I haven't, I would say, probably ever had before. And it was like a sense of clarity in my intuition, in my downloads, and it was intense, and it still is pretty intense. But, as I tap into tarot, I find the signs and synchronicities and the downloads I get, and how I've been getting them has evolved, right? Like tarot evolved in my life. I didn't always do tarot, and then tarot was brought into the picture, and I, again, will always be a student on that. And, while I've learned much, there's still so much more to learn. And, even all of this has to do with intuition, right? I was even recalled into a story recently where I was talking about the first time I really felt that nudge to like tap into my intuition, in that very asleep in the Matrix kind of place of being angry and bitter, and just like maybe probably even the beginning of my journey. So I don't know whether you're in the beginning of your journey or well on your way, collective, whoever it is that I am, tapping into in terms of your energy. These are, general collective readings, but again, please take only what resonates with you and, what makes you feel good and what makes you, push you, feel good is interesting because even this is part of it, right? Uncomfortable doesn't always feel good, right? When we hear things we know we should be doing, it doesn't feel good. When we hear things that we know we should be letting go of, that no longer resonate with us, and this is something, I still am learning how to gracefully let go of people, places, situations, and experiences that no longer serve my highest good. And I'm surely, just for the record, not letting go of tarot, but it's evolving. And so I am just learning to evolve with it. So a lot of these downloads I receive, interestingly enough, in nature, right? I'm very grateful for the abundance of free activities where I am currently located. And so I am really trying to do my best to really step out into nature and connect with that divine energy, right? If we're all connected, if we're all one, the root systems, the air, the birds, the creatures, the flowers, right? Representing all of us, right? And this human experience, right? The connection of emotions, the same way that I can tap into, feel into your energy, and then you feel the collective energy, and right, it just kind of like steamrolls out into there. Nature is the same connection that we have. So I get, for myself personally, have been really understanding that my connection with nature is very important. So you may have a very special connection with nature, or maybe you're being called to really take some time to go ground your energy in nature and to not have any expectations, and just to allow, follow the path. Like, if the path was life and is the journey, then just with no expectations, right? Go take a walk, go take a hike, go find your nearest trail, go to your nearest park, right? It doesn't have to be something elaborate, take a camping trip if you can, but depending on where you live, that could be difficult this time of year. So, or even just finding the time, but nature wants to surround us, right? Even if it's just sitting outside of your favorite tree. And just allowing the signs and synchronicities to come to you, creatures, clouds, people in passing even, all of it. So that's a message for somebody. Now, I'm going to be doing a few different, I have had a collection of these going, and I don't know how I'm going to do this going forward, but for now, this is the setup that I have. But I have been kind of collecting these downloads, and I kind of know when they're supposed to hit the collective, because Spirit will make it so that, like, oh, I'm going to, I get the download and then I go home and I'm going to do it tonight, right? I have a job and I'm also a mother, and, I have other things that, I have going on, and I'll just pass out. Nope, not that night. And then the next day I have work. I know it's not going to be that night. And then the next day, so anyways, these are timeless messages, and Spirit told me not to worry about it, right? Messages find you when they're supposed to find you. And I think there's even a message in that, is that, sometimes I remember I'm thinking of like a county fair. I don't know why the county fair just came to mind. So maybe that's something relevant for somebody out there. But as a youngster, I went to the county fair. There's like a sea of people, and I wasn't really from around those parts, and I was around, and we were looking for something so hard, right? This is just like I get this vision of like, I remember someone saying to me, well, if you stop looking for it, it'll find you. And I thought that was like so corny back then. Like, I really did. Like, I just thought that was like so cliche to hear. I was like, okay. And I wanted to control the situation so bad. So maybe that's really relevant for someone out there, right? Like wanting to control a situation with yourself, another, some sort of experience, situation, or outcome. Or even just finding something, right? Like even just tapping into your energy, or wanting that connection, whatever it is for you, right? It's going to be different for everybody. But the message that I'm getting with this, or this kind of vision that I'm getting in my head, it's like, I feel like Spirit's saying, well, when you accept the fact that you're not in control of the situation, right? When you accept that reality is when what you're looking for will find you. And sometimes it's not in the way. See, Spirit may be trying to send that to you, whoever you are, in whatever way. I feel like that's what that's what they're trying to get me to say, and they're saying yes. It's like, we've been trying to send you the messages, but you're trying to control how you want that outcome to look. And well, I guess if you're not looking for what we're trying to send you, you're never going to see that it's right in front of you, right? And it's definitely something. I'm laughing. My guides are like, yeah, did you hear that? I mean, again, some of these messages resonate with me, and then some of them I think back after doing them, and, you know, whether it's a timeline that I've already passed, or a timeline that I'm on, or a timeline that I will currently come upon, right? I often hear, you know, oh, you know, thank you. Sometimes, you know, as I just sit and listen, right? The gift of being present is a gift, right, in people's lives. And well, it's been really hard for me to understand how to utilize that gift and to accept that in a very loving way, because I feel like that gift has often not been extended to me, and I understand what my path with that is, and how, you know, I'm supposed to represent my own unconditional love, right? The idea is that we continue to pay that forward. So as I fill my own cup, right? So as you're filling your own cup, right? Collective, whoever you are, the idea is to fill your cup so much that it overfills, so that you have the capability and the capacity in your life, in your time, in your energy, to be the person to listen, right? And I always think it's so interesting, you know, or I can even say this resonates on both ends, whether I have been the giver or the receiver of that gift of time and listening and just being present in somebody's, you know, whether it's their success or a hardship. It is mutually reciprocal, right? If someone's just like kind of allowing, you know, feelings to be had, or needing that just time to just get the thought out of them, or to celebrate that because for whatever reason, you know, that is what they've needed to express, is you know, emotion in general, I guess, right? Whether this is you or someone in your situation, it's like, it's mutually beneficial. And I always tell people that, like, you know, they're like, oh, I've talked your ear off, you know, I've been talking for maybe the last hour, or I could say I've done this to somebody, right? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your time. And, you know, well, what's up with you? And it's like, no. They're like, well, I feel so bad. Like, I've just been talking for the last hour. And it's like, well, here's the deal. It's mutually reciprocal, because, you know, in sitting in the connection, right, this circles back to nature and like the vision that I got about all things being connected, right, root systems and plants and nature. And this is where we get our downloads, because, right, Spirit is in all of those things, right? That divine source energy is present within us. It's present within nature. So, really allowing that to be mutually reciprocal in terms of downloads, but also seeing the lessons within being present with, you know, loved ones, or even strangers, right? I love taking the time to really sit with people that I don't know, because, right, I feel like there's even a deeper connection, because in that short period of time, there's no expectation for who you were, who you are, or who you're trying to become. It's just this present moment of this experience. So it almost even allows like a deeper connection in some ways, because there's no other ego attached to it, right? It's just like this moment of need or celebration. And so it's authentic, right? It's like, well, you don't owe this person anything, but what if you take that time and set that time aside, right? And I feel like that's even maybe part of the message when it comes to, you know, circling. I feel like I should be writing this down, like I feel like a diagram maybe. I'm gonna pull out my notebook just in case. I've never really done a channeled message like this before, so it's gonna be a little bumpy in the beginning, and I do thank you for your patience, and I'm gonna figure out Oh my gosh, I just dropped something too. How to do this better. And so Spirit said not to worry about it. So maybe there's something you're worried about, right? How to get your downloads or how to deepen your connection. And I think the idea here is even the intention, right? Like not needing the cards, and I'm sitting here surrounded by all my beautiful decks, and of course I can, you know, use them, and I know that they're there, but in my mind's eye, like I can see the pictures that, you know, that are resonating with the message that I'm trying to get out. And so I don't know, I think this might be just like an introductory to like how I want to change how I've been getting and receiving and paying forward the messages that I've been given as, you know, my gift is my blessing from the divine, and how to use that to send that healing energy back out into the collective, as it's mutually, you know, of course, beneficial for me, and whether it's a confirmation or validation or a future energy on my timeline, or just knowing that, you know, part of fulfilling my purpose is making sure that these messages get to, even if it's just the one person that needs them. So I did pull from the Goddess Power Oracle this card as I was coming into the reading, which I thought was so beautiful. And it's card number 47, and it's called The Future. And I thought that was like so cool, right? I was asking Spirit, like, hey Spirit, you know, what's an energy for this reading that I want to do? And I'm very clearly getting that this is the message, right? There's going to be something in here for somebody, right? Please take again only what resonates and leave the rest. And I think that's really important too, is the art of discernment. So I'm not going to make this reading too long, because I have collected in my notes, right, as I've been walking. I'm like, well, how do I do this, Spirit? And they're like, just use your notes and do the voice record thing, right? I'm always listening to music or tarot reading or something, right, for myself. And, you know, they said you have the headphones in, you have the phone, you're taking pictures, you're out there in nature, you know, use what you have. And I think there's even a message in that, right? Like not having to have the fancy things. You know, even before jumping into this reading, it's like before I used to have these crazy elaborate setups for myself with tarot, and the message was like, you don't even need all of that, right? Everything you need is already within you, collective. And I think that's part of the message too for you. It's like everything that you need is already within you. You don't need fancy things and crystals and all the protection. Yeah, I mean, it's great to stay prayed up and whatever it is, you know, meditate or keeping your energy clear. And just by doing that, by like healthy practices and intention, right? It's like, yeah, of course we're human. We fall short of all of those things occasionally as we stumble across these lessons. And then we occasionally, it's like a muscle, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. It's like, and they evolve. Those things evolve, right? It's like okay, yeah. Spirit says I don't need to jump down that rabbit hole, but yes, things evolve. So 18:28 on the clock. So I guess this is just an introductory, right? Spirit said just, you know, you have other messages. Some will be longer than others. And again, I just have them in my voice notes, and I'm kind of going to tap back into that energy, put those messages out, kind of get caught up with the stuff. You know, Spirit told me that they're going to find the people that they need to find at just the right time. And I trust in that, right? Like, just like the messages that I've got that helped me to this very point in my own journey into understanding my gifts from beautiful other earth angels and tarot readers that have and continue to enlighten me with messages from the divine, right? And also have taught me how to strengthen my own abilities, because really that's what this is, right? Like, it's an intuitive exercise to get you to that place, right, on your path, on your journey, to give you the confirmations, to let you know, to guide and to help and to heal, and that really is my mission here. So yeah, I did pull this card. 47 might have some significance for you. I really do like this guidebook a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and read it at the very end here. I'm going to close out this reading. This is from the Goddess Power Oracle. It's card number 47. I have a really hard time pronouncing the names, so I'm actually just going to leave it to you because I know you can see it on the screen. Unless I'm absolutely certain of it, I don't feel the need to butcher their names because I'm sure if said properly, it would be fantastic. But I am a phonics speller, so it does make it difficult for me, though. No, I was attempting. I wanted to do it. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I love it. Card number 47, the future. You can see this lovely goddess energies. Name up here, SKULD. I know sometimes the font is a little bit difficult for me. Okay, the empowerment message for you, beautiful collective. And I do love how the guidebook lays this out. The guidebook really does an amazing job on giving it to you straight, right? Some oracle and even tarot books can like really sugarcoat things, I feel like sometimes. This particular book, guidebook, does a very good job on addressing not just the light but the shadow work that can be done with any one of these beautiful messages from the Goddess Power Oracle deck. Okay, a message for you, beautiful collective. And if you only have made it to this and you would like to sign off, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for your time. Time to me is the most precious gift. So thank you for your time, your beautiful energy that you share here. Of course, if you would like to hear more messages, please don't forget to like or subscribe. But most importantly, it's an energy exchange, right? And your time is everything, right? My time is valuable. Your time is valuable. And that is a very clear message that I've been getting across and that I definitely feel like needs to be heard and validated, is that your time is valuable, whoever you are, okay? So thank you. Thank you for spending your beautiful time here. I will read this from the guidebook and then I'm going to end the message. So let's see, the empowerment message. As you set your intentions for the life you desire, the Norse goddess, okay, I'm going to try, Skulid, comes to show you glimpses of your future. You experience these magical journey markers as flashes of insight and moments of inspiration, like an echo of something that exists in another dimension. It's fun when things turn out exactly as you predicted, but remember that the essence of your intuition means more than its form. The goddess Skulid, who rules the destiny of gods and men, says, remaining true to the moment is your greatest power, allowing the self to evolve as you go and discovering new things today sets the path for destiny to unfold. The power of the present and how you respond to life's potential is the potent, fertile seed of the future. In order to claim the future, you must attend to the now. Even then, nothing is guaranteed, and everything is infused with magic. The alignment message for you, beautiful collective, is when you become overly fixated on the future, you rob yourself of the capacity to truly co-create a life that is meaningful and rich. It's because doing so gives your power away to something, some destination that has no substance. It's like you're wandering around in a ghostly place that the goddess Skulid warns you to avoid. Perhaps you've been taught that better things come later, like getting to the wonders of heaven after difficulties on earth. The truth is that you can get back into alignment. So consider this. Your life now and how you respond to it are the seeds that will grow into your future. Your alignment task is to remove all the weeds before they choke the life out of your intentions. Bless your life today, find the lessons in the conditions of your world, and be compassionate to yourself and others. We are all learning to find strength in our most vulnerable selves as the world changes rapidly around us. The goddess Skulid is with you all the way and always. Again, oops, sorry, I dropped my pen. I thank you. And really quick card, I have my Dorian Virtue Angel Numbers 101 book, card number 47. Let's just see if there's a message there for you as well. This might just be for one person. It says the angels, angel number 47, as this is card number 47, says the angels say that you are on the right path. Keep up the good work, collective. I love that for you. I'm sending you an immense amount of love. And again, I thank you so much for your time, your beautiful energy. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.